Hey guys, it's Francesca. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Some of you may have seen that I recently got the iPhone 12 Pro Max and I posted an unboxing of that, so if you guys are interested in watching that, I will link it right down below. But I let you guys know at the end of that video that I was going to do a review after having it for a week. So let's talk about it. So just as a disclaimer, I'm not like a big tech expert person. I'm just like an average person. This is just my thoughts and what I like about it and what I don't like. First thing that I wanted to mention was that I really like that this phone has square edges. I didn't really realize how much I would appreciate that until I put my screen protector on, and I'm someone who always has a screen protector on their phone, so I really like how the screen you get more use of the screen, and that's because on the old phones the edges would round off, so your screen protector would naturally have to kind of come up a little bit short, and you would have this weird gap in between like the case and the screen protector, and it was just kind of awkward. So I really like that it's square because I feel like I get to use more of my screen. Another thing that I've noticed is that I said in that video that I wasn't going to use the cord, or that I didn't think I was going to use the cord that came with the phone, but I ended up using it. And the reason why is because the first week of having my phone, I was using my laptop brick and that cord to charge it, and that is perfectly safe. I did look it up, so I will show you guys. It says on Apple that you can use any of Apple's chargers to charge the phone, and my phone charged to full capacity in about like 45 minutes, so the charge was super fast, and I really like that feature. So I did try charging my phone with the old block and the old charger, but it took about 45 minutes just to get it to halfway, versus with the new charger it took like 25 minutes to get it to halfway charge, so it was a lot better. I've stopped charging my phone overnight. I charge it like 1 hour before I go to bed. I charge it all the way, and then my phone lasts me into the next day and through the next night. So the battery life on it is super good. I really like how long it lasts. The thing I wanted to mention about the battery is that my battery lasts that long without having it on low power mode. That's just with the regular battery, so I thought that was really cool. If you're kind of debating on getting that new charger, I would recommend maybe doing that and avoid charging your phone overnight with the slower charger, because that wears on your battery. Another thing that I noticed with this phone that was kind of weird was that when I'm on FaceTime calls with my boyfriend and I'm doing like an activity that has noise, like I'm washing my face or I'm cooking, he sometimes cannot hear me, and I think it's because this new phone has like a noise cancellation feature, and so it may be harder for people to understand you if you're on FaceTime and you're doing something else. So that is just something to keep in mind. This phone is also a lot heavier than my XS Max. I do have to say, I did get a couple questions on the case I got, and both Casetify cases are extremely light. Like, they are feather lightweight. If you choose either one, you're really not going to know a big difference, but this phone does feel a lot more solid. It feels like a brick. It's very heavy. So if you don't really like that, or you're sensitive to that, it may be a good idea just to get the 12 Pro and not the Max. But I really like the Max because the screen is nice and big, and I like watching videos on it, and I just like having the bigger phone. One question that I did want to answer is what the difference was between this Impact case and the Ultra Impact. The main difference I've noticed between this one and my old one is that this one is very slippery, and it's because it's matte. I think if you're someone who drops your phone a lot, it may be a good idea for you to get just the rubberized version of these cases as opposed to the matte version, because this one is just a little more slick. The Ultra Impact case and this case are exactly the same. I think really the only difference is the little bumps that come on the Ultra Impact case, and I'll show you guys. I have my phone in here. So as you can see on this one, there's some bumps on the side. That's really like the main difference. What is really good about Casetify's cases is I had this case for about a year and the print did not wear off. It looks perfectly good a year later. Another thing with this case is that it completely covers the cameras. You cannot see them poking out whatsoever. So if you were to drop this phone flat, your cameras aren't going to be like sticking out and hit the ground first. So another thing that I really like about this phone is the camera, and I feel like the front facing camera on this is so accurate to color, and you get way more of an image on the new one versus the old one, as you can kind of see in this clip. I noticed that the XS Max screen, it looks more zoomed in and the colors are a little different. I also got some video and camera comparison shots between the two. I drove out to a really pretty location with the sunset and I got some really cool footage, so I will show you guys that right now. now I'm going to show you guys what is on my iOS 14. So I actually changed my theme. I had pumpkins before, but I did like stars this time because I thought that was so cool and I like that theme. So I did this star background with like pink and yellow accents, and I just like how that looks. I also have a quote on here to kind of get me through the day, get me through these challenging times because it's stressing me out, to be honest. I have my text messages, maps, photos. I use maps. I really don't like Google Maps or Waze. I have not figured out how to use those, so I don't use them. And then I have all my bank stuff and my credit stuff because I check my bank and my credit a lot. And then I have a Toyota app. I actually changed how this one looks, but that app is really cool because I can start my car with an app, which is awesome. I got a new car this year, so that's kind of cool. Then I have an online shopping app where I just have some like stores and Amazon in there. I have photo and video, and I use Lightroom, Visco. I also have a Canon app and Facetune. And then I have like all my socials in another app. I thought that maybe putting them all together would help me use them less, but I still use them the same. So yeah, I have a picture of the sunrise. I love the sunrise and the sunset, and then I also have a widget that tells me when the sun sets and the sun rises, and then a picture of my boyfriend and I in California. And then on my next page I just have the steps that I take every day, a calendar, and it kind of just shows you. I like the smaller calendar. I don't really have like the big one on here because I think it takes up a lot of room. And then I just have a quote and some apps that I don't use like as commonly. And then on this page I just have a picture of my boyfriend and I, my battery percentage, and like a little picture. I really like about this update that you can have your picture as an accent and not like have it be your whole background. I kind of like that better than having it as my background. So, and then on my last page I have all the apps that I use for work and a quote, be your best self, as you know, a little reminder to do a good job at work, I guess. But I'll show you guys what I really think is so cool about Widgetsmith now is that they have an update and you can choose your own colors, like personalized colors, compared to last time where they only had like 5 or 6 colors, I think. So I'm going to show you guys how I do that. But for this one, I have like my sunset time. If you just click on it and you go to style, you can pick kind of what you want. I have, maybe if you live by the beach, you can do the tide one, but I have the sunrise sunset, and then I go to aesthetic and theme, and you can go down. If you scroll down past like these top ones to custom, and you click on customize theme, when you go to the sections that have like the actual colors, you'll see at the bottom there's a custom option now. So you can just kind of pick whatever color you want. I'm gonna pick like, let's do a more yellowy tone. You can click the plus button and then save that color, and I really like that because before you didn't really have as many options. You could also go into the advanced color chooser, and if you know the hex number for the color you want, you can just type that in. And there you go. I just kind of picked these colors as mine. You can click save and then it will save the colors you pick. Another really cool feature that I like about Widgetsmith is that they have it way easier now to add pictures. Before you had to like put an individual picture in its own album and it took up all this room and it was kind of obnoxious, but now you can just go and pick any picture in your camera roll and it will come up on your widget. So I'm going to show you guys kind of how I do that. If you go down to style, you'll see where it says photo and album, photo, kind of how you want your photo to be presented. You can put some text on top of it. But if you just select photo and then you go down to selected photo, you can click choose photo. And then within that, I just go to the album that I put all of my Pinterest stuff inside of, and you can just scroll down and pick whatever you want. And then what's also really cool is you can also change the alignment now. So you can kind of position it within Widgetsmith to look however you want. After you do that, you just go back and you have to click save so that it saves. And that's pretty much it, guys. That is what is on my iOS 14 now. That's like the theme that I've chosen. Overall, like I have to be honest, I'm not a super techie person, but I do like the updates that have come with this phone. I really like the camera. I think it looks really good. I'm really happy, and I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to get this phone. I'm not really someone who gets like new phones all the time, but I am very grateful that I was able to get this one. So I hope you guys like this video. I said I would post it after the other one. I hope it was helpful to you guys. I don't know if it was. If you guys like videos like this, please let me know in the comments. I will respond to your comments if you have any questions. I love responding to you guys and hanging out with you guys. And yeah, that's all I have for you, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.